In the past year, gaming has gotten so boring, so much so that I've taken a 5-month break on this channel just because I've gotten bored of Fortnite. And although all hope seems lost, there are still games that are out there that are fun to play with your friends. So here are some of the best games to play with your friends that'll make gaming fun again. Now, quick disclaimer, not all of these games are free, so if you're like me and you don't have a JOB, then oh well.
Fuck no, baby!
Now, the first game on the list is going to be a little game called Supermarket Together, and it's actually the only free game on the list. If you've ever wanted to run a grocery store with your friends and maybe chase a few shoplifters with a broom, then Supermarket Together is your game. The game is completely free on Steam, and it allows up to 16 players per game. You get to design the layout, stock the shelves, assign staff, and try to keep customers happy, all while managing total mayhem. But the co-op gameplay is where it really shines, because one person might be checking people out at the register while another is sprinting through the aisles and restocking cereal. And once again, hitting people with broom might be the funnest part about this game.
Bitch, I hope the fuck you do!
At the end of the day, the game's honestly just really fun for you and your friends, and if you want to take it completely seriously, you can fully build out the supermarket. But now for the next game, and I have a feeling that a lot of you guys are going to be completely familiar with this one, but it's Overcooked 2. Overcooked 2 is a legendary test of friendship and patience. You and your fellow chefs are thrown into the wildest kitchens imaginable, from airship to lava rivers, and even haunted castles. The objective of the game is to cook meals and serve customers under insane time pressure, while the environment constantly changes around you. This game adds the ability to throw ingredients, which somehow makes things easier and more chaotic.
Fucking chaotic as shit.
Overall, the game's hilarious, stressful, and rewarding when you finally get 3 stars on a level after a bunch of attempts. It's honestly the perfect game for friends who just want to have fun gaming. Now, the base price is $25, so if you have the money to spend, I would definitely recommend getting it.
You bless me with something.
Oh gosh.
Money-wise.
Now, next up on the list is going to be the second cheapest game, and it's going to be a little game called Content Warning. Right now, it sells for about $8 on Steam, but although it might look like a low-budget meme game, don't let that fool you, because this game is brilliant, but in the weirdest way. You and a few friends play as thrill-seeking YouTubers who ventured into a cursed underground world to film scary footage and go viral. You get just a few minutes to record monsters, spooky environments, and each other screaming in terror, and then you have to make it out alive to upload the footage. But the best part of all is that it actually saves your footage and the terrified commentary, and the more views you get, the more gear you get to unlock. It's part horror, part comedy, and for a cheap price you get endless replayability, meme-worthy moments, and some genuinely spooky surprises. If you and your friends are looking for some cheap fun, then this game is really hard to get bored of. But that's going to take us to our next game, which is the newest on the list and probably the most expensive. And that's going to be Split Fiction, which released in March of this year. And the game comes in at a whopping $50. But for good reason, because this game is loved by pretty much everybody. Split Fiction is like a group storytelling session gone totally off the rails, in the best way possible. It's a multiplayer narrative game where every player gets to shape the story, but with a twist. Your choices and perspectives can directly contradict what others are doing. One moment, you might be cooperating on a fantasy quest, and the next you're sabotaging somebody else's plotline because your version of the story is better. Every playthrough feels like an improv comedy show mixed with a choose-your-own-adventure novel. The style of the art is great, and if you love games like Jackbox or Telltale Stories but want something more interactive and surprising, then Split Fiction is the narrative curveball that you've been waiting for. If you have the money to spend on this game, then I say go for it, but if you don't, then get a JOB and then go for it, because this game is actually worth it. Next up is going to be a game that's really familiar to a lot of you guys, and that's going to be Sea of Thieves. The game costs $40 and is 7 years old, but don't let the age fool you, because they're still putting updates out to this day. It's the ultimate pirate sandbox game, and it's known for some hilariously funny moments.
Oh, I fucking.
Get the sloop too. We just passed it by. Hey, we just passed it by.
The game is a living, breathing world where you and your crew sail the seas, hunt for treasure, battle rival ships, and uncover ancient mysteries. What sets this game apart is the sheer freedom. There's no leveling system or stat grind, just your ship, your crew, and the choices you make on the open ocean. You might spend one session trading goods and solving riddles, and the next fending off skeleton pirates or getting ambushed by another crew of players. It's unpredictable, hilarious, and at times stunningly beautiful. With regular updates, seasonal events, and deep lore, the game has only gotten better over time. The game honestly doesn't die off, and if you're gonna spend money on any game on this list, it should be Sea of Thieves. Next up is a super popular game, and it actually won the Game of the Year award back in 2021, and that's gonna be It Takes Two. It Takes Two is one of the best co-op experiences ever made, period. Coming in at $40, it frequently goes on sale for only about $12. You and your partner play as a couple on the brink of divorce, magically transformed into dolls and thrown into a surreal world built from everyday objects. Every level introduces a new mechanic, from time travel to magnet boots, and you must work together to solve puzzles, fight enemies, and progress through the story. But what really makes this game shine is how seamlessly it blends gameplay variety with emotional storytelling. It's funny, heartfelt, and occasionally heartbreaking. The game is split screen only, meaning you can't play solo, but that's the whole point. It's a game about connection, communication, and rediscovering what brings people together. The next time you see this game on sale, you should get it right away. But that's going to take us to the last game on the list, and it's going to be another relatively cheap game that released all the way back in 2011, and that's going to be Portal 2. Portal 2 is a genius puzzle platformer that holds up as one of the smartest and funniest games ever made. You play as a silent test subject armed with a portal gun, a device that lets you create linked doorways through space. The game adds physics, momentum, and increasingly complex puzzles inside a dystopian testing facility run by GLaDOS, an AI with a sharp tongue and a dark sense of humor. The writing is top tier, the pacing is perfect, and the difficulty curve makes every victory feel earned. But that's just the single player mode, because then there's co-op mode, a completely separate campaign where you and a friend play as two robots, solving even more devious puzzles together. That means if you're like me and have no friends, then you could play it solo without having to worry about another person getting online. Whether it's your first playthrough or your fifth, Portal 2 is a masterclass in game design and still one of the best reasons to pick up a mouse and keyboard or controller. But that's it, those are some of the best co-op games that you could play in 2025. There's a bunch more like Baldur's Gate 3, but these are just the ones that stood out to me. If there's any more games that you guys want to hear me talk about, let me know down in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. But without further ado, it feels good to be back, and I will see you guys all in the next video.